Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kirsten. I buy and sell vintage antiques, collectibles, secondhand, anything I can find that I think I can sell on to make a bit of profit. Today is Monday. It's about 12 o'clock and we're just heading out to drop off parcels, and then we're going to the antique centre in Louth to drop off some stock and have a sort out, and then we'll head to the auction at Louth for the viewing. The auction itself is tomorrow, and have a look, see if we can find anything interesting there that we want to bid on. It is so lovely. I don't need this jumper on, that's for sure. So we've been to Louth, the antique centre, the old coach house, and topped up. You could see the gaps. We had a really good month there, so I got the money as well. So yeah, I think one of our best ever months there. And now we're going to head down and call for Bob because he's moved to Louth. He's going to come to the auction viewing with us, and then go and see what's on offer at the auction house. Look at the sky. Looks even brighter in my phone. It's a pretty looking church.
So unless we hear otherwise, on the day, when you just have to go
Be worth about £3. Nice, isn't it? It's a box.
Oh, it's Name. Yeah.
We're home. I've done a bit out in the garden collecting acorns and conkers and stuff. Benji's done a bit of barking at the cows. And they've all had a bit of a run around, but now we're going to sit at the computer, Darren and I, and have a look at the auction and leave some bids. So let's get on with that. What's up? Eddie was lying really nice and quietly there, and now you've disturbed everyone with your
Well, let's go for this
barkiness.
30.
So it's 5:30 and we've just finished placing bids at the auction. So we've spent all afternoon basically on this auction. Chances are we'll win 3 lots because I'm too tight. Darren keeps going, no, we have to put more. And I'm like, no. The whole time we were trying to look at the computer, Benji in particular was being a pain in the backside, but both Eddie and Benji just want to sit on your lap and cuddle all the time. Anyway, Darren's just taken them out in the garden. I'm going to start cooking tea. I found a recipe on TikTok with leeks, butter beans. I'm going to give it a go because we got leeks from the garden. So let's see what it's like. Looks nice. Fingers crossed that it tastes good. It's basically leeks, butter beans, cream, butter, garlic, bit of mustard and sausages. Good morning. It is nearly 10 o'clock. Darren and I went back on the auction this morning and increased some of our bids and bids on other stuff just to increase our chances of getting something. So we did that this morning. Bit worried about Jenny. She's, I think her back leg is giving her a bit of jip. She's having a struggle jumping onto the sofa. And she just seems to be walking really slowly and carefully, so just hoping that she's all right. She's nearly 16, so we have to keep an eye on the old bird, don't we? Right, picked up a couple of bits while I was in Louth at the charity shop. Just a photo frame, a stoneware mug, Cornwall. It's quite nice, isn't it? And I just look at the colours on that. Isn't that fab? So yeah, those three things that I picked up at the charity shop. Fingers crossed we get something at the auction. Because we didn't go to the car boot at the weekend because the weather wasn't very good. So I haven't looked ahead. It's too far ahead really to look for the weekend to see what's coming up. But I have got plenty to keep me busy. Plans for today is to go nowhere. Stay in. I've got lots to do. I've got lots of stock to sort. I'm going to pack a few orders. So thank you to Carla and Heather who both ordered on my website. I'll get those packed, but they won't go till tomorrow. And I've got a couple of eBay orders and one Vinted order. So it's not a lot, but it does free up my time to do some listing and sorting and all of those shenanigans. Oh, the leaky, creamy butterbean thing last night was absolutely gorgeous. I think what just made it top was the sausages were like caramelized onion sausages. I think they're Taste the Difference. No, what's the Tesco's version of Taste the Difference? Whatever that is, the caramelized onion ones. They were really, the combination was perfect. It's giving me a lot of grip. This grip? No. What's the word? Oh God, I'm having one of those days. Good morning. It is now Wednesday. Yesterday was just a bit of a weird day. What I did was I put the auction on live. You can listen to it online. So I had that on in my office and it goes on like all day. And it was just kind of like disrupted my whole rhythm. So I don't know what happened in the day yesterday. I did get some listing done and I priced up some stock for booths. But yeah, I didn't get any more vlog done. Guess how many lots we got at the auction? 4. Oh God, we spent so much time and bid on so many lots and we ended up with 4, but the prices were going crazy. They did show in my little video of the when we walked around the auction on Monday, there were these little monkey figures, and if they weren't monkeys I wouldn't have been interested because I don't like those sort of figures, but there were these little monkey figures and I was like, oh God, they're cute. And Bob said, oh Mum, you like those? Anyway, when I looked to do bids later, it said 70 quid and I was like, bloody hell, 70 quid. They went for 200 quid. But everything was going high, even stuff that, you know, pictures and prints that we would have got, I think, on other auctions, everything was going high. So there were people there with money. But anyway, we got 4 lots and we'll go and pick those up on Thursday, tomorrow. I've packed all my orders except for my web orders. So I've got to say thank you to, I'd already said thank you to Heather and Carla, hadn't I? I'd say thank you to Jacqueline and Helen as well. Doing my order packing now. And I also need to say a big thank you to Helen for reminding me, because she's ordered some wax melts and it reminded me to put mine on today because I like using it, I just forget. So I'm doing that. Oh, yesterday I got some stock ready for the antique centres, so I will be going to Burgh later to see if I can put any stock out and hopefully taking some money. Burgh's quite a quiet little town, so you don't get as much footfall as you do in Louth. What else have I got to tell you? Well, I've got some stock to show you, so I'll do that in a little while. But first I'm going to get on with packing these orders. Right, all the parcels are done, and I'm going to go and take those in a few minutes, but I just thought I'd show you the stock that I pulled out. So this is another Christmas box, but I've got a few bits to show you first that are not Christmas. So I'll do those first. And then I've got some nice Christmassy bits to show you. Okay, so the first thing is the frame that I picked up the other day. It's got this lovely sort of leaf pattern all the way around it. It's quite lightweight. I honestly couldn't tell you what this is, whether it's wood that's been painted or if it's resin, but it's very light. But I like this. It's sort of arts and craftsy, isn't it? I think I worked out it takes a 7x5 photo. So that's the first thing. And then I've got some Denby. So last time I showed you that cup and saucer sold straight away. So I thought I would show you another Denby cup and saucer. This one is Denby Metz, I think it's called. So a slightly different pattern. It's got that classic Denby blue, but it's got a slight green around there and there. Very nice. So there's that. And then I've got these, which again, I'm pretty sure these are Denby, although they're not marked, but they look so much like Denby, they've got to be. Just a pair of egg cups. Classic blue. And then the final thing, I have to admit that when I picked this up, I thought it was Denby, but it's not. I don't know if you can pick out the pattern on there. So it's quite brown, but then it's got this interesting glaze here with a leaf pattern that goes all the way around. I don't think it's going to come out that nicely in the video. It's really, really nice. I was surprised. Royal Dalton wasn't one I've heard of. Marbella, maybe? It's spelt Marbella. Does it have a year on there? 1973. Isn't that lovely though? Really nice. I like that a lot. Okay, well now let's move on to Christmas. If you don't want to see Christmas, then just fast forward a little bit. A few bits and bobs, a mixed bag as usual. So I'll start with a tin. Here is a lovely tin with a Father Christmas on the front and some deer and trees, very Christmassy scene. A sort of thing one. It has got that on the back, but ideal again for cards or ribbons or I don't know, stamps, stickers, anything, sweets. I just think that's really, really nice pattern on there. So that's the first thing. Let's do another tin. Here's a little bitty tin. There's a little bitty tin with a rabbit and a fox maybe, and a bear and a cat. It's just like that. Again, little storage tin, Christmassy one. Okay, mugs. Let's start with mugs. Look at his cute face, the reindeer with a big nose. He's cute. Got on both sides like that. Or this one is really nice. Blue, sort of speckled finish to it with the white reindeer on, and that's a fat face one. Isn't that nice? It's got a snowflake on the inside there. That's that one. And then I've got this one. You might recognise that style of mug with reindeer on. There is the underneath. And inside there's some stars around. Inside there. Yeah, that's a lovely mug as well. 3 lovely mugs. This is cute. I don't know if that's strictly Christmas, but I've put it with Christmas stuff. A little soldier corkscrew. His arms move. Vintage hand painted. It's quite small. It's like a little mini one. But isn't that cute? If you want to go all out at Christmas, that's cute. I've got a pair of cherubs in this sort of bisque style ceramic, so matte finish, slightly, or you can have them that way, sort of rough round here. It's sort of, I don't know how you describe that, but that's a kind of rough finish to it. But yeah, pair of cherubs, they'd look good on your mantelpiece, wouldn't they? And then talking of cherubs, well, this isn't cherub really, it's more of an angel. It's a glass candlestick. So there's the candlestick holder there. Isn't that lovely? Playing like an instrument of some sort. You can see there. Isn't that lovely? I like how it sparkles. So is that. Oh, another tin. So this one is I think it's a Marks and Spencer's one. Yeah, Marks and Spencer's tin. Empty. And it lights up. And you can see inside Santa's workshop. Isn't that lovely? So you can make really nice displays out of all these Christmas tins, can't you? Imagine if you've got grandkids, they'd love that. Shall we see what it does? I think that's the mechanism clunking. This is cute. On the roof, look, there's a squirrel. And then there's a little mouse skiing down the roof, look. Can you see him? Isn't that cute? So that's that one. Let me switch that off. Where was the switch at the top? There we go. That one. Shush now. And then I've got this one with the that's another word that I cannot say. Abominable, no, that snowman. With all the snow in the top there. Can you see it? Isn't that lovely? So that's just like a big sort of cake tin, but with the abominable snowman on the top. And something a bit more traditional. I've got a table runner. Look at this. So you can have that on your hall table or down the middle of your dining room table. Your Christmas display. Isn't that lovely? Just simple, nice, embroidered poinsettias and holly. Like that. So there's that. Another couple of tins, more like cake tins. You've got a pair there. A more green one and a light green one with the holly and the berries on there. I think, yeah, that one's got a bit of a dent there. And all of the tins might have little scrapes or marks. They're all used and they're all empty. So don't expect biscuits. But yeah, not a practical thing. If you're making mince pies and giving them as a gift, that's quite nice. So it's that. And then I've got these little measuring spoons, you see, and they're like gonks or Father Christmases. How do I do that? And they're ceramic ones, so I don't want them to crash together. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Measuring spoons. So is that everything? So the final thing I'm going to show you, I'm just going to take my camera off the tripod, turn it around and show you. So here we have a light up little advent house, look, with Father Christmas spinning around on the roof there, and The little light up windows with little patterns behind. And there's the door. See different windows up here as well, and at the sides, and at that side. And then here's your switch, so I can switch him off like that, or so I wasn't going to try and talk over the top of that because it is quite loud, so I will warn you of that. Now it's in good condition, as in there's nothing broken or anything like that, but there is, you know, because it's been out over Christmas probably for a few years, it looks a little bit dusty maybe, can you see? But overall it's in good condition, and I reckon little kids would love that. It's nearly 1:30. I took my parcels, I went to Burgh Antique Centre, and I picked up the money, and it was a decent month, so I'm happy with that. Put a few new bits out. Excuse me. Darren made us some lunch, so I've had that. I've just finished editing his video, which is out tomorrow morning, which will be yesterday or the day before. Don't ask me to work out sequences of things. Hello, Benji. What are you doing? Come here. Come and say hello. Come and say hello. Say hello. So, my plans for this afternoon. I've got bedding in the tumble dryer. Must not forget. Must put bedding on the bed before I get tired. That's the major thing. I've got to do some listing because I haven't done any listing today. Although Darren's been doing quite a bit, so it's not the end of the world if I don't. And I was thinking some of my salvia cuttings are this sort of size, and if there's 2 or 3 in a pot, I want to separate them into their own pots. So I might do a bit of that as well because it's dry. So yeah, I think I'm going to get on. So I'm going to have a break from my office for a bit. I'm going to go out and do some garden work. Darren's busy. He's sorting out boxes and boxes of army gaiters. Now, unfortunately, they all come not paired up. So you have to open them all up and then look at the reference codes and dates and stuff and try and match up pairs. So that is his job for the next, well, foreseeable. I did a little bit of listing, but I need a break from my office. I feel my eyes are a bit from concentrating. So I'm going to go look in my greenhouse, pick out some cuttings that want repotting, and do a bit of that. Hang on, here we go. There's a bee and a really noisy fly in here. This one, definitely. Look at that. My white salvia. My white salvia was one of my new ones, so actually I can probably just take the dead ones out of there, sort that out. This is the pink salvia. That can do with being sorted out. There's another pink one. They need putting into separate ones. Oh, look at this one. That's white as well. It looks like all 4 have taken in there. Blue one, it looks like it's just one of those is kept. So that one could probably do with sorting out as well. Better give these some more water. These aren't looking so promising, if I'm honest, but don't give up hope. I've done most of those, all the ones that look big enough. I was just thinking of going into the field next door. But then I noticed the neighbours are back. Hello? Hello? Did I scare you? Oh, don't run away. I think I'm going to get my scruffs on and do a bit of gardening. Like digging and deadheading and, you know, proper hands in the soil and all that sort of thing. Although I do put gloves on now because of my... Anyway, we have voles in the garden, but we also have a Benji who digs up after the voles, so I don't know whose handiwork that is. All the Alison that I planted around here in the spring, and then I pulled it up and it's all seeded itself, can you see? And some of it started to flower again. So hopefully that'll keep going as long as the pigeons don't eat it. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you could leave me a thumbs up and a comment, it really does help. And if you enjoy my gentle vlogs, then think about subscribing. And take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Thank you.